Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are around the world. What's up, Phoenix Nights? My name's John Harry, your resident CMO, and also host on a Monday evening. Well, Monday evening here in the UK, where we all come together as a community to pick some of the greatest minds in the DeFi space. That, of course, would be Luke and Eric, our CEOs, our leaders. And I'm hoping everyone's feeling good. I'm not going to hint to why everyone should be feeling good because we'll be announcing shortly if you haven't noticed already. As always, I come up here. I keep us all a little bit entertained whilst we wait for Luke and Eric to join us. Most importantly, I know I'm not the only one who watched WrestleMania, 2-day WrestleMania event. Yes, I'm a grown boy, but it brought back so many good memories watching WrestleMania. Being a 90s baby, seeing Mr. McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Edge, Triple H, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, and of course Logan Paul. It really did make my night. So any wrestling fans, talk to me in the general chat. Logan Paul really has mastered the game. But moving aside from WrestleMania and wrestling, another exciting development is our branding. I don't know if any of you have noticed, but if you look to the left-hand side on your phones and desktop, you'll see our little icon. You'll see our server icon. And yeah, the new branding is coming to life. Especially as we make a transition to phase 2, as we develop a more corporate approach. That does mean as well, yes, the website will be revamped as well, taking on board all your feedback. So keep an eye out for that as well in the days, weeks, and months to come. All our social media as well has been updated. Things from our header to our logo. We've developed a lexicon. A lexicon is our tone of language. Right? So how do we speak? And how do we ensure that we speak with one common message? So marketing-wise, we're having a fantastic structure. We're developing a brand development strategist, a product development strategist, and a business development strategist arm to what we're doing here at PCC, as real work is about to begin, everyone. And we have record numbers in the room right now. Wow. We're about to break the 800 in attendance mark. Someone keeps leaving and joining. Oh, there we go. Luke, good evening, sir.
How are you doing? Can you hear me?
We can. And where are you calling in from, Luke? Do you want to share?
All right. I'm currently on holiday with my family in Greece. Uh,
Beautiful.
we had to take some time with my girls to give them some special time. So it's our first night here, but I couldn't miss the AMA guys. So my girls are in bed and I'm here with you. So beautiful view outside the window, but not as beautiful as this room in here. We've broken 800. We're at 811 now, guys. Well done. Thank you to all of you for joining us. And there's Mr. Eric.
Hey guys, so I too am in a hotel. I'm actually at a conference in San Diego, California, and I'm on terrible hotel Wi-Fi and on my cell phone. So if this doesn't go incredibly well and I start breaking up, just let me know.
No problem at all, Eric. No, and you're sounding good. You're sounding good. And not that it's a competition, but yeah, Luke's definitely got the nicer hotel, I'm sure.
Well, it depends on what you want.
Yeah, mine has Wi-Fi, Eric.
Clearly mine has Wi-Fi too, or we wouldn't be talking.
Yeah, but not pony Wi-Fi. Anyway, lovely to see you, buddy. We're even further away right now, aren't we? We've got an additional 4 hours between us. So while it's normally 5 hours,
something like that.
9 hours. Yeah,
10 hours. That's 10 hours difference now between the two of us.
it's a long way, man.
Yep.
Well,
All right.
what's even more the distance is our whole community, but for once, every week we all come together on a Monday at 9 p.m. UTC, and it seems like everyone else is hearing the good news that we're doing here. We have a common saying over here at PCC, which is we tell you what we're going to do, we then do it, and then we remind you that we did the thing we said we would do. So, Luke, I'm going to come to you, sir, because to start our AMA, you promised something last time. My memory's a bit hazy. Could you remind me?
Yeah, hang on. Let me. It's been a long day. I'm not sure. I've received a couple of messages today, only a few, and thank you to everyone who sent one in. I'm really grateful. Eric and I both decided that we wanted to refuse our founders' allowance, and we wanted to give it back to the community. Eric donated his to the rewards pool, which was an absolutely amazing thing to do. Then we had a bit more time to think about it, and we decided that with my allowance, I was going to gift everyone a nest. Now, I said to you all that I would announce on the AMA today when that nest distribution will go out. I'd just like to let you all know it went out 4 hours ago. So if you haven't checked your nests, go and have a look. You should have an extra one.
Wow. Now,
Yeah,
Luke,
so
whilst everyone, go on, Eric, please.
I'm sorry, I was going to translate some of that because I love Luke to death. So I donated mine to the reward pool, and then Luke had to go one up me. And it is what it is. You know, I'm happy he did it. But I've gotten a lot of thank you messages today for the nest, and I just want to let everybody know I appreciate the thank you messages, but it's actually 100% Luke is the reason why you got an extra nest today. I just funded the reward pool for, you know, an extra to support the extra nests. So it was a joint effort, but all the thanks goes to Luke for the nest drop today.
Certainly.
Thank you, Eric. That means a lot. That means a lot. But you know, guys, it's Eric and I running this, and you know, we act as a unit. We have a nice little bit of rivalry between us. Obviously, the UK is better than America. He seems to think America's better for some reason.
It's because you call
but
everything the wrong names. You use the wrong words.
Let's keep it civil now. We've only just started.
however, you know, from the start, we've always wanted to come out and, you know, we put the project before everything. The project is the number one thing. That smart contract and the liquidity pool and the fire token, that is our number one priority. However, when it came to the founders allowance, do you know what? The community was our priority, because you know we love you guys, and you know you guys have really welcomed us and supported us and stood by our side when we took arrows of hate, and we wanted to thank you for that. So this is our way of saying thank you for those that supported us from the start when there were questions about what we were doing and how we were doing it. We came into a really hard, horrible place in DeFi. And we've set out on our mission statement. We said what we were going to do, and we've done it. And we're here to tell you about it. So, all of you, I hope you enjoy those nests. Enjoy them. Pay it forward. Share the love in your communities. And you know, if one of us can go and make a person smile every day, that's 5,000 happier faces in the world. And if we can all do that every day, we'll make the world a happier place.
No doubt, Luke. A powerful message there from, and I think you both have shown us all, right, that the most selfless thing is being selfless because it makes you feel good when you give back. So go be selfish, everyone, and find a way how you can do a random act of kindness. I promise you it's addictive. I really do. So now everyone's running about checking their nest count. And of course, if you do have any issues and you think or feel you should have had a nest in your wallet, we're not going to completely ignore you, of course, and say, yep, we got it right, and nope, you shouldn't have, or you should have exactly what you have. Please contact us, okay? Open up a support ticket. If you generally feel that you had or were eligible for a Nest airdrop and it's not there, please let us know, and we will resolve it for you. So, with that being said, we'll move on to the next part of the AMA. So, this one, I'll see who wants to take this. Spectrum NFT. Luke, Eric, who would like to update the community about Spectrum NFT?
I think it should be Luke, honestly. He's got that beautiful voice and accent. I did want to point out, though, before we move on, the criteria for receiving the airdrop nest Sorry, can you guys hear me okay? I just got a phone call on my phone and I don't want it to disrupt me.
And hear you perfectly.
Okay, perfect. All right, so the criteria for receiving the nest on the airdrop was that you had to have at least one nest at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, UTC or GMT time on April 1st. If you didn't have a nest prior to that, then you were not part of the qualified list that we did a snapshot at 12 o'clock on April 1st, UTC time. Yeah. Second thing is, if you already had 100 nests, you're not getting one. Congratulations. You had 100 nests already. That's pretty damn good.
We wanted to ensure that, to our whales, we love you, right? However, we wanted to give everyone else an equal slice of the pie. And the ones with one nest and 20 nests are massively important to us. So to our whales, we love you, but you won't in this one. Sorry.
Thank you for clarifying that as well, fellas. In addition, as well, another common question, which I guess we can kind of circumvent asking now, which is, okay, they'd like to donate it to someone. Is there any chance they can pass that on? And of course, the unfortunate answer is no. But what you can do is you can compound to 10 fire tokens, create another wallet, create a nest in there, and then you can give that wallet to that special individual. All right. So if you did receive the airdrop nest, you didn't want it, you wish you could have gifted it to your sister, your neighbor, compound to 10 and create them a nest and educate them accordingly. Eric, Luke, was there anything else we want to cover now about the nest airdrop before we move on then?
I don't have anything else.
I'd like to give a massive shout out to our developer, Casper.
Of course.
Casper, oh man, right? So, guys, I want you to just think about 5,000 wallet addresses. Just imagine that in your head right now. Think about creating 5,000 nests, one for each wallet. That's a really laborious job. I don't know how he did it. He did it in 4 hours. The guy's an absolute machine, and we are really blessed to have him. So Casper, if you are listening, 10 out of 10. Thank you so much from me, from Eric, from Jordan, and the entire community.
Absolutely.
Certainly. Thank you, Casper. We appreciate you, man. We really do. So returning back to Spectrum. Luke, what's the latest at Spectrum NFT?
Spectrum NFT. Right. So what do I say? I spent a week in London at meetings, lining up some launch artists and projects for Spectrum NFT. We are coming to market with some really exciting stuff. I can't announce anything yet, and there's a reason being. There's a competitor out there. If you go and look at their business plan, it is ours verbatim. Apart from one project, 'cause they don't know what it is. So I don't want to release the secret sauce for everyone else to pick up. So once we've done it, we'll announce it. But oh man, it's going to be huge. It's going to be absolutely huge. We've got the website is going to be amazing. It's got really interesting feel around it. The smart contracts amazing. The implementation is amazing as well. The way we're going to move Spectrum into the future. NFTs aren't just JPEGs, guys. There's a whole use case behind it. So this is kind of where we're going with Spectrum. Now, when we launch, we're gonna have a massive launch for it. But for now, sorry I appear so vague. I'm just trying to give you the key points without telling you the
What about
sauce behind it.
What about marketing? What kind of a marketing plan do we have behind that? Do you want to talk about that any? Just a high level stuff? It's definitely going to have a marketing push behind it. It's not going to be a silent launch. Oh, we'll see what happens. It's going to get advertised. It's going to get marketed to the world, right?
So okay, cool. So I've got PR partners. I've got people with millions of followers lined up. I've got people with thousands of influencers lined up. We're going into off-chain markets. We're going into I've got a meet, I've got a meeting lined up next week, Eric. Actually, I haven't told you about. I'll tell you about that later on. There's what it appears like, guys, is that they are screaming out for a project like this in the market. And I've gone and talked to some very, very high profile people in some very interesting industries. Um, and every man and his dog is going into NFTs, but the way we're doing it is very different, and it's getting attention. When we announce these partnerships we've lined up, yeah, it's going to go mad. It's going to go absolutely mad. Spectrum NFTs is going to be a very, very different NFT marketplace to what is out there at the moment. OpenSea is the big king, but let them do what they do. eBay and Amazon are very, very different things, but they kind of do the same thing. So we'll let OpenSea be the eBay. We want to be the Amazon.
Love that comparison. Love that comparison. And it's comparisons like that that help all of us get our heads around these abstract concepts, which of course isn't brought to life yet. But we'll be here to receive all that madness, Luke. Don't you worry. Moving on then to our first centralized exchange listing, Bitrue. For anyone who was around with us back in January, all those years ago, it feels like it. Actually, Luke, Eric, do you remember when a certain Albert came into our general chat, said he was from Bitrue and said he wanted to list us?
Yeah, I remember very, very
Yep.
well. I remember very well. Yeah.
Seemed way too good to be true, right? Because usually it is. And no way does a Bitrue come to your Discord in month one openly saying we want to list you. As most people probably know, it's like hush, hush, NDAs. Not with Bitrue. Ever so proud to say they wanted to list us and that they wanted to be the first centralized exchange that we worked with. So I followed them up. We've been in great conversations with them. And I can also let everyone in here know we have more trading pairs to come. I sit here with a smile on my face of what the next one will be, but I'll keep you all in suspense. Just know that you're like the next pairing that we have on Bitrue. But in addition as well, and Luke and Eric, I think I mentioned this to you both as well. They are more than happy to fast track our future projects. So when we talk about Swapsicle and the native token over there, POPs, to put it quite simply, we'd very easily be able to list POPs and future projects that have their own native cryptocurrency. So these are the type of partnerships and relationships we're building. We're not just a customer of Bitrue. They really want to support everything that we have coming to market. And the next centralized exchange that I tackle, I'm going to make sure we have the same relationship, that it's not just okay, here's our fee, okay, off you go. I'm going to make sure we get a silver service. So, Eric, Luke, anything else you want to add on to
Yeah. I'd like to just add up a little bit of information on the back end of that.
Please.
Now, I used to work for an exchange, as many of you know. And when it comes to the listings team, there are different exchanges that do it differently. Some come touting for your business and they come and hunt you. Some put a price on it and then you have to pay for that. And then others are invitation only. Now, Bitrue came to us invitation only. They're a hard exchange to get on. Now, there are others out there, top 5, who are very, very easy to get on if you dump money on them. You chuck 150 grand down and you're listed on the exchange. Now, for us, it's kind of like, that's kind of not where we want to be. We want to work on partnerships. So when Bitrue came and knocking on the door, Jordan and I spoke, and Eric, and I was like, should sack everyone off. We want Bitrue, because I know the way they do business, and they're a fantastic exchange, and they run very, very well. Now, we had other people contacting us in that time being as well. One of them had a higher trading volume than this one, but we turned them down because Bitrue came to us first, and we value that relationship, and we want to build a long-term relationship with them. So we could go and list on 16 of the top 20 tomorrow. It cost us a fortune, but we could. But we're not going to do that because we feel that that sets the wrong precedent. You know, what we want to do is ensure that we're working on partnerships with key people around the industry. Because, you know, as you guys have seen from day one, we're very big on partnerships. We're on about mutual development and mutual growth. So when you grow alongside one another, you know, and you're both working for the same common good, you know, there's times when one of you pushes and the other one pulls, and then you change roles. And when you're all working for that common goal, the common goal becomes easy. You know, I say it all the time. As one we are strong, as many we are mighty. As a community, we are mighty. But the community PCC has within the industry now is very mighty. And the level of relationships that are coming are amazing. Jordan, 10 out of 10 for building and securing that relationship with BitTrue. That was all you, brother. And, you know, a round of applause for Jordan for securing that. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, my pleasure. And I'll take my little bow in front of the audience that I can't hear.
Mate, it's
but
Hey,
rapturous applause.
I'll tell you, congratulations. Yeah, that was very good work, sir.
it means a lot coming from you, Eric. Thank you so much. And also, you know, to bring my ego back down to earth, and also all of us as well. You know, what's the grand scheme of centralized exchanges? And, you know, as humbling as I may sound now, it's not going to lead to our ultimate success. It's definitely a nicety, don't get me wrong, and we're very thankful for our partnership with BitTrue. But I want everyone to know that centralized exchange listings is not going to equal success for PCC here. So please, 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 everyone, don't fear that we may only have a handful of centralized exchanges. And there will come a time where we may say we're not looking for any more because we don't need centralized exchanges to win. We have a certain special thing up our sleeve, and of course that's Swapsicle, and you'll hear more about how that develops. But I just want to reassure everyone that if now it goes quite silent with centralized exchanges, you've heard it here first. That's not our goal, and it's definitely not the key indicator for our success. Luke, Eric, would you agree?
Quality over quantity is key.
Precisely. Precisely. Moving on to the next little update, which is regarding Firebirds and Griffin. A lot of conversations have gone on about their involvement, especially as the Nest cap has been alluded to. Eric, Luke, who would like to take this one? Well nominated, Eric.
I'm sorry, I was muted there for a second. Can you repeat the last part?
That's fine. So regarding Firebirds and Griffin, a lot of conversation has been, okay, well, what's their future with us? Right? We're bringing in this Nest cap. Yeah, that was one of their unique selling points. So
Right.
are we happy to share how we envision their future with us?
So we're exploring a lot of different ways we can still provide value to those two projects. Because when we start talking about a node, or excuse me, a Nest cap, I said node. Where's the swear jar? Where do I put the dollar?
That's the $5
in?
fine, Eric. $5 fine.
I'm so sorry. Yes, sir. It won't happen again, sir. So when we talk about the Nest, when we talk about the Nest cap, that's the first question we had from a lot of people was, wait, what happened to the guys like Firebirds and Griffin Kingdom? We're working on a solution where they will still be allowed or able to produce a nest. However, they're going to have to operate within the cap. So my initial thoughts were, I don't know, Luke, you want to go into details about initial thoughts, or just have we decided? Are you in agreement with what I offered earlier?
Yeah, I am. Should we, are you in agreement with my number?
Yes.
So should we just announce it now?
I was going to say, I can feel everyone like scooting forward on their chairs.
Right. This is the part. Yes. I'm actually on my laptop watching the general chat.
Oh no, Luke, please,
Oh,
please, please.
Yeah.
let me jump over there. Should we break it again?
Wait.
Check the
Let me
Discord
just speak
again.
to the
Okay, hold
marketing.
on.
Oh,
Yeah,
I hate it when you guys do this.
the messages are flying in pretty fast now.
Yeah, here we go.
So what I talked about with Luke earlier today was having a set aside amount of nests. Now we haven't landed on a number yet, but it'll be a significant number of nests that are set aside for Griffin Kingdom and for Firebirds. And with that, we have to take into account what the actual nest cap number is. And so I think, look, I'm looking at the Discord. I think they want us to announce the nest cap. Like, what's
I
the
think
number?
they do. A couple have got it, haven't they? There's a couple there. Someone got it really,
Well, I
really
mean, you
wrong.
know,
10,000 million. That's really
right?
wrong.
No, it's really wrong.
10K
Yeah.
is wrong. Let's see. Justin's got it. Justin nailed it. Well done, Justin. Look, everyone's quickly scooching up. Where's Justin?
Right. Good luck scrolling through that chat.
Yeah, cool. Man, what a day. What a day. Did not
Yeah.
expect to drop this one. Cool.
That's okay.
Do you want to tell them or shall I? You tell them.
Oh, I'll tell everybody. So the number that we landed on, that's a meaningful number for us that makes sure that we protect the investment from the people who have already joined and no longer further dilute it, is going to be 100,000 nests.
Boom.
100,000 nests.
100,000 nests, no more after that.
Go back to what Eric said. Phoenix, Griffin NFTs and Firebirds. Now we want to ensure that these guys still have access to the pot as well. So we're going to work out an allocated amount that we will give them underneath that nest count, so that we will lock the door when it gets to an X amount to ensure that we don't go over 100,000.
We're also working on a V3 contract that should go in place before that happens.
Oh, dropping bombs, Eric, dropping bombs. Good on
Well,
you.
we've talked about V3 before, I think, but we just haven't landed on the details of version 3 yet. So Luke and I are finalizing the details. We'll get to work on it, and then we'll have an updated smart contract to a version 3 prior to the nest cap, and then the nest cap will go into effect when we hit 100,000. However, 100,000.
Good thousand.
Yep.
Nest cap sealed. V3 is going to completely change it in a very, very good way. We're toying with some tokenomics and some smart contract interactions that we think will become very what's the word I'm looking for? Complementary to the token health. So we're just obviously playing around with numbers on that. We've got a few things we want to smash in on the back end, just to ensure security, etc. And then we'll stick it with Certic, get them to read through it, and then when they're happy with it, we'll let you guys know. But I don't know about you, Eric. Well, but I think V3 is pretty imminent. We're going to be talking into it and finalizing it this week with what it looks like, and then it will go into dev mode. So yeah. Wow, 81 new messages since 927.
I wonder why. I wonder why. And just to put that in perspective, everyone, we are approaching the halfway mark, but what you have to understand is we're working on a log scale. So the more nests in existence, the more the average number of nests in a wallet increases, meaning that, of course, our average growth rate speeds up really fast. Right. So I think of recent, we've been hovering between 500 to 1,000 nests creation for the past 24 hours. So we'll leave it down to your imagination when we're going to hit that cap. But remember, it's not a deadline in terms of time and date. As soon as that nest cap is hit at 100,000, there's no more. However, Luke and Eric, I know there'll be a lot of questions around this. I know one of the questions is, can we still create NFTs?
So, right. When the door is closed, there's no more nest creation. However, if you have 10 or 20 or 30 nests, then you will be able to purchase an NFT if you don't have one already.
Excellent. Thank you for clearing that up, buddy.
No worries.
Well, we'll let everyone else settle in and try and pay attention. I feel like I'm a Super Bowl announcer because our attendance now is 1,101. Breaking
I think that's a
record.
record. I think it's a record day for us. Yeah.
Oh, you said that. Now people are leaving.
I remember back in January, we only had 30 people listening. So if you're one of those 30, thank you for sticking with us. And if you're still here with us today, Wow,
OGs.
we've got a long way to go.
Really have, really have. We're when we migrate into V3 and we shut the door, then we're trying some. Well, actually, do you know what? We've tried something never done before in crypto. But when we do V3, this has never been done. And it's going to be interesting to see. Now, I know that there's going to be people out there, other projects, who are going to say, "Oh yeah, we're going to do this as well." Good luck to you.
Mhm.
Good luck, because we've been planning this from the beginning, and our business model has been shaped on this. And if we get this right, this is going to be an absolute powerhouse. If we get it wrong, we're going to die trying. But if we get this right, this is going to be something that I hope will sustain for generations based on this model. Um, but time will tell. Time will tell. As with everything, I said to you earlier, didn't I, Jordan? I said when we launched, I said, I've got that feeling now about when we launched Phoenix. It's kind of like we did all this hard work. We'd lined everything up, everything was ticked off, and it's just kind of like, okay, cool. Like now we need to see whether people vibe with it. And we really hope you vibe with what we're creating. Um, and yeah, man, it's gonna be nice.
It sure will. So take a look around in this room right now, everyone. There's not going to be many more faces added here, which is the sad truth. Which is the sad truth. And I know Luke and Eric have gone back and forth in terms of that nest cap number. Hasn't been easy, has it, Eric?
No, it really hasn't. It's been a lot of different variables that we're trying to nail down, and projected timelines and go-to-market strategies. So, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So again, everyone, this is that number we've plucked out of thin air. And like I say, just look around the room right now. Sad thing is, there's not going to be many more new faces. The beautiful thing is, you get to know each other a lot more, and we get to share our journeys more in the Success with Fire channel, which I read every time before I go to bed. I really do encourage you to as well. Now, over to some of the most pressing questions from you, the community, because that's what really matters. So this is where we put Luke and Eric in the hot seat, and we get the challenging questions resolved. So we'll start with number one, and it's price. Right, price is important, and that's why we're all here, but also for sustainable passive income. Big difference. So the first question is, staking fire to reduce sell pressure as a consideration. Will there be a staking option for Fire token on a platform like Freeway or Anchor in the future?
It's a really, really good question. It's a really good question. However, staking, even though it immediately stops sell pressure, it inherently increases sell pressure through the reward system.
Yep.
Now,
Long term.
if you're long term, so if you remember, recently we pulled from Pangolin, there was staking on there in the arbitrage bot. Now, the staking on there would have caused downward momentum anyway because it was releasing extra tokens into existence outside of the reward pool. So we're a bit hesitant with staking moving forward. However, the two partners mentioned there are absolutely amazing projects, and we're keen to work into the model to see what it looks like. However, in V3, this could be a completely different story. So it's kind of we've done it, it didn't work, so we're trying to find a way to do it better.
Well said. Yeah, the problem is that the emission, so you have a set emission rate in our tokenomic, and when you introduce something like a staking mechanism that pays out, the problem we ran into with Pangolin was in certain circumstances, their emission rate for that super farm was actually a lot higher than we had calculated for in our own tokenomics. So it gets a little bit complicated and confusing on which one has the better ROI and it depends on what your goals are. So yeah, it ultimately complicates a lot of things. So yeah, we'll see.
Super. So keep that in mind, everyone. Reasons why we've made that change with Pangolin, and also, as Eric said, we'll see. Things are indefinite, and we're also open to when we find the right model that we could make it work. But for the current, no intentions to. Moving on. When the nests are given to every wallet that complies, will it trigger the 0.5 nest creation fee? Question mark. And if so, are we worried about a drop in price? Who would like to take that one as it alludes to new tokenomics?
Take it. I happily take it. But can you just repeat the question again for me, please, Jordan, just so I've got it correctly?
No problem. So when the nests are given to every wallet that complies, e.g., as we've just done so, they want to know, will it trigger the 0.5 nest creation fee? So I guess Luke will answer that one first. Did it trigger the 0.5 nest creation fee?
No,
Good.
no. And actually, it's another little gift to you guys. You've got 90 days without any nest creation fees on there. So we took it out of our we took it out of our operating costs. We didn't want to put you guys with a $20 bill each. You know, it would have been a great payday for us, but we'd rather fund it ourselves for you guys.
So if I'm correct, that's $100,000 on average. You know, if we hit the 5,000 nest mark, that's $100,000 that we've paid out.
Yeah,
Wow.
Give or
$100,000.
take, yeah.
Give or take, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Remarkable when you put it in perspective. $20 a nest, 5,000 nests, 90 days, you won't have to pay your maintenance fee.
You know what? It could be the largest giveaway in history, couldn't it? Really, if you think about it. If you know, someone said that a nest returns around about $23,000 a year.
Yeah,
You know, that's $115 million over a year. Could be the largest corporate giveaway of all time
at current price.
at current price.
At current price.
At current price, yeah.
Remarkable. And a point that I think some of us may have missed out on. And as we can see, and their second question was the fear of the price drop, which would be natural to assume. However, if you take a look at the price, not impacted in a negative way.
Now it does. It does. There were some questions on Discord, and I think there's sorry, on Twitter, and I think it's only right to approach them. 5,000 new nests does create more selling pressure. It does. However, what it also does is it gets us closer to our closing date a lot quicker,
Yeah.
which is what we want to do. So the inherent sell pressure is there. There is a larger sell pressure on there, okay, because there is 5,000 more nests in existence. However, the dilution is negligible because everybody pretty much got the same. So the effect on you guys is pretty much none. However, when we go into V3, that extra nest can account for so much because we're now we've literally jumped 5,000 closer to our target in one day. We're 1/20th closer in one day, which is brilliant. And that excites me. That excites me because when we split into V2, split from V2 into V3, the way the tokenomic is going to work is going to change, and the rewards are going to we're going to be toying with a kind of a fluctuating reward based on the reward and investment return and investment from the projects that we bring. So you know, if we have stellar months, we could get some huge returns.
Thank you for that added note, Luke. And I think you're getting us all very excited. Now you've put that in perspective and also answering what many people call FUD on Twitter, which FUD stands for false, uncertainty, and doubt. Well, you know, I don't feel like it's correct when we just label anything that's potentially negative as FUD because they're real concerns. And, you know, if we don't educate everyone in here, we can't expect you to educate those on the outside looking in. And I think that's really important that we empower you all to understand why, how, and what we're doing. So when you are in those annoying crypto Twitter clashes, you don't have to resort to, oh, it's FUD. You can actually take that moment and opportunity to educate them. So thank you, Luke, for educating us all.
Absolute
Now,
pleasure, man.
my pleasure as well. So now we've got a few more left before we bring people up. So we're going to try and battle through these to give everyone some time. So had there been any consideration...
Can I just pause you, Jordan?
Yeah,
There's a message that keeps cropping up in the chat. And it said, what's the blacked out words in the announcement page under Nest airdrops? Now, that is going to be a partnership announcement to everyone who's asking. It's a partnership announcement serious crypto project. But we're just waiting for it to go through legal. So we're waiting for their legal team to sign it off. We thought it'd be done on Friday, but it's a little bit longer than we anticipate. So that will come, and I apologize.
That's fine. I think everyone's adrenaline glands can only handle so much. So you heard it here, everyone. The third announcement on that blacked out sheet is incoming. It's incoming. But we need to let you all recover. So picking up back onto the question, which is about collateralized loans. So had there been any consideration to a loan site being built using nests, rewards as collateral? And here's an example. If someone needed 5,000 US dollars, they would pay X, and this person would have 20 nests. It costs 5K to repay plus 20%. Nests to rewards locked until the loan is repaid plus interest. So they've thrown a couple of ideas out there. Eric, I'm going to come to you because I know you've explored a little bit with collateralized loans. Thoughts, feelings towards doing that in our ecosystem?
I think there's been some discussion about it already and some interest from some third parties, but I don't know. We have to investigate it further to see if we can offer it, because it changes how we operate legally. And I'm not an attorney, but we have an attorney on staff. So I will discuss with him in more detail. It hasn't been a high priority lately. It has come up in the past, but I want to make sure that everything we do is legitimate. It is above board. It is legal. And if we make an offering, something like that later on, that it's done in a safe and legitimate, regulated way. So anyone could do that, right? It's like a bank can collateralize your car, for instance. If you wanted to buy a car, your car becomes the collateral for that loan, for the car loan, which is a very common thing, right? So, but the car manufacturer doesn't have to necessarily get involved. Some of them do, but they don't have to necessarily get involved. So similar process here. We could probably explore something like that in the future, but it's also just as easy for a third party to get certified and regulated and offer that as a service.
A good insight, because of course many of us don't know the hard work that goes on behind the scenes to bring this to life. So great to know that we are in a position to execute on this when the time's right. So we'll pin that question, keep asking it. If we haven't delivered on it, keep asking it. We'll keep bringing it up, and we won't run away from the tough questions, or the exciting ones in this case. Moving forward, I'm going to kind of just keep this question nice and short, because I know, Luke, you've already touched on it, but let's just re-emphasize. So Pangolin, people can see the liquidity pool that exists there still. Why haven't we pulled out our liquidity? And when we do, what needs to happen before we can?
Lovely. So we haven't pulled out our liquidity yet because some of you guys still have liquidity in there. Now, we don't want to pull the liquidity out and leave you holding the bag. So if you guys can please, if you've got any liquidity on Pangolin, pull it out. As soon as that's all pulled out, we will pull the liquidity pool.
There we go. I hope that was nice and clear. Luke, I think it will be quite helpful whether we discuss the time now, but should we put a deadline on when we want that to happen, just so the community know, to act as a matter of urgency?
Yeah, I mean, by all means, go and do it now if you want.
Brilliant.
The sooner the better.
Good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Next question, which we've already alluded to, but just to reiterate, when is V3 the tokenomics coming? I guess the question, I'll be cheeky, when can we expect V3 to come? Eric, I'll come to you.
Yeah, I don't have a date in mind. Just know that we are actively working on finalizing the details. That'll probably be done this week, and then it'll be handed over to the development team and our CTO for implementation. We'll do some testing, obviously, to make sure that it's safe. We'll send it over to Certic to get them to audit it. They can turn something around for us pretty quickly. As you guys noticed, we got our stuff done. Initially, I think, what was it, Luke, 7 days, 10 days? I think it was 10 days. We
10 days.
initiated Certic with a request. We made some contacts over there. We made some relationship progress early on in Phoenix Community Capital and the Fire token. And we had our CerTIC audit back in 10 days. We can do that again. So it wouldn't be unrealistic. It would be a really fast goal, but it wouldn't be unrealistic to say that it could be ready and within 3 weeks.
That's the
If we
time
really
frame I was
pushed it,
thinking.
yeah, if we really pushed it and got like unrealistic expectations, maybe 2 weeks, but throw that extra week in there and say that's not unrealistic, but it's still a near term, could be a month.
Under promise, over deliver. So there we go, everyone. Lower your expectations, extend your time horizon. 3 weeks at the latest. But we hope to over deliver on that promise. So again, hold us accountable. We've told you when we're going to do it. Watch us do it. And we'll remind you that it was, fingers crossed, touch wood, within 3 weeks. And then finally, before we come to the audience, will profits be paid out in phase 2 in the Fire token or something else? If in Fire, what utility will it have to offset the massive sell pressure at that point? A fair question and concern that all of us should have for phase 2. And Luke, I'll come to you first, and I'm sure Eric, you'll want to add a little bit to that too.
Sorry, I was typing. I missed the question.
That's fine. It's a good thing they're here in front of me, and I'm
Yeah.
not typing, Luke, and I'm present, and I've shown up, and I'm asking the questions. And the way I ask is for your attention. Stop giving it to the
It's all right,
community.
Well, we love them, man. We love them.
Stay out with them, we'll chat just for a second.
All right.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll
go.
ask it again.
It's the question.
Because it's a big question, and I want to know the
It is.
answer.
Okay.
Will profits be paid out in phase 2 in the Fire token or something else? And if
Oh,
it is in the
man.
Fire token, what utility will it have to offset the massive sell pressure at that point? So, Luke, you see why I needed your attention here.
Yeah. Oh, Eric, mate. What do? Should I just tell them what we're gonna do?
Oh, no.
Eric?
Dun, dun.
He's gone cold on me, isn't he? All right, bollocks to this. All right, cool. So we are toying with the idea of God, the chat's gonna go absolutely wild. Sorry, cuz. We're toying with the idea of separating Fire from the smart contract, using Fire as a store of value, and having the smart contract use its own token to repay investors. That's the idea. That's the idea. Now, what I love is no one's done it, but now go and watch everyone else try and do it now. We do basically Fire is what we are. We are Fire. And I didn't want to just have Fire sustaining the smart contracts. I wanted Fire to become our token, our Fire token. I want that to sustain and be something that we can all be proud of having. And if that gets tied to that smart contract and it's locked, then that means that no one else can really interact with Fire, and we're going to get it listed. And I think separating it out and making that its own token, and then having the smart contracts operating independently, I think will give the project real fire, and also help maintain sustainability.
Hey, Luke, can you hear me now?
Hey Eric, yeah. So just to go back on that question, I did ask, shall I tell them what we're doing? I didn't hear
Yeah, I heard
from
everything.
you, so
I
I
heard
told them
everything.
what we're
You just
doing.
couldn't hear me. Yeah, I was over here going, no, 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 but you couldn't hear me. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, I thought that was the case.
Kidding.
That's what did it.
No. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about that a lot, and yeah, some things, good stuff on the horizon. You gave them a lot.
Give them a lot. We need to start holding this secret sauce back a little bit, but we like them too much. That's the problem.
Oh, we
And
haven't even talked
also,
about the stuff that we've got in the works that we haven't, because we say this every week, right? It's like there's literally stuff that we can't talk about yet because we don't have contracts and ink in place yet. Once contracts are inked and dry and we have stuff in place we can talk about, but there's some really, really, really cool stuff that we're working on that we can't talk about. And it pains both of us that we can't discuss it openly yet.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Also, right, the best thing is we also now get to watch everyone else talk about it. And that's great. I love that. I love it when we just drop bombs in AMAs and then they crop up a week later and everyone's like, look what we've done. It's, you know, it's nice to see. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. So, you know, we're blessed. But you guys are here. This is why we're doing it. We're doing it for you. We're not doing it for plaudits. We're not doing it for anyone else. Yeah, we're not doing it to say we did it first, even though we did do it first. We're doing it for you guys, right? So that you guys can say that you got in fire, you took that pun, and it paid off for you.
Powerful message, Luke. Powerful message. I know there'll be a lot of questions around phase 2 and Fire's involvement, but you've heard it here first. This is recorded, so don't fear if you've come late or a friend or family members missed this. And we make sure that they're up within 48 hours. So, yeah, rest assured, there's plans within plans. And all the fears many of you have foreseen coming, trust us. We've modeled it, we've tested it. We're not always going to get it right, but we'll damn sure fix it as fast as we can. So, yeah, watch this space as we transition. And you know where we are every Monday. So with that being said, fellas, I'm now going to open up the requests to see who would like to come up on stage. And either
Favorite bit. The
throw
best
some,
bit of this.
yeah, exactly, where they throw abuse at you both, or they throw flowers. Either one. So
Hey,
we've
man,
got them pouring in.
we catch them and we deal with them all the same. We love difficult questions. No,
Yeah,
here we go.
no.
I've just sent you a message, Jordan, by the way.
Excellent. I will keep an eye on that. So, mi amigo, lovely to see you in here. Lovely to see you in here. How can we help you?
Regretto.
Cheto Regretto, yeah, that's right, Luke. You're a
Hey,
good guy.
man. Good to see
Okay,
you.
I got a couple things to say. I only have one small question. I'm sure you guys will answer. So, just first of all, it's nice to meet my new family now. I love all you guys. God bless all you guys. This is it. This is the family. So, this is nice. This feels nice. You know, this feels good. So that's number one. Number two, please, guys, and I'm not speaking to the three speakers right now. I'm speaking to the audience. If there's any doubts that you still have, let me just remind you of something. First of all, you can't add 1 hour to your life by worrying, so don't. Okay? Just don't worry. Number two, I get it. We've all been scammed at some point in crypto, and I'm including the creators. We've been in crypto, you know, we all know about Ring. I've been scammed through Songbird. I lost like 40 grand with Songbird. I kept my chin up. I kept going. God led me to these guys. We're here for a reason. Understand that we're here for a reason. People, please. You know what the best part about these guys are? This is how it is with these guys. We FUD them out, and when I say we, I just mean in general. I don't mean everybody, but I'm just going to speak in general terms. We FUD them out. We ask questions. They give us the answer with a smile. And then we say, okay, we're good with that. Then some time goes by. And then we get more nervous because that's just who we are as humans. We get more nervous and we start fighting again. And then, with a smile, provide another answer. And then the process repeats and repeats and repeats. And I just need you guys to understand that the audience that these guys aren't going anywhere, man. They gave up. Think about this for a second. 100,000 tokens they gave up. At current price, it was like 13 million each. Let's just cut it in half for argument's sake. That's $6 million. I don't know about you guys, but I could live 3 lifetimes off that. Probably 6. So just, guys, don't freak out. These are good guys. If you haven't realized that yet, I don't know what to do for you, but these are good, solid, loving human beings. And that's super rare in crypto. And I get it. Probably some of you are still going to be like, I don't believe it. And I understand. But you know what the best part is? These 3 guys will still come every AMA and say to you all, you guys still don't believe us? No problem. Here's some more proof. and so on and so forth. So that's all I want to say. Just everybody just calm down. This is the best thing. Capping. This is longevity. This is they're thinking about us. That's what this is. They're not thinking about them. They don't need the money. Let's get serious here, guys. They don't need the money. They're doing this for us. For whatever reason, God has touched them. I don't know why, but their love, their pure love. Okay, now to the question that I have. Once we reach the cap number, I'm just curious, what kind of demand will PPC create for the actual Fire token itself, just so that people would still want to buy it?
A very good question, and something that goes into kind of Q3 of the year. The idea is to when we say we pull Fire, we want to create it as its own entity, and we're going to create use cases for it. If there's a few things coming down the road that will really guide and drive the innovation behind the token, I don't really want to give any away at this time, and I'm sorry about that. But it's not a case of us just pulling it. Originally, we're gonna use Fire as a store of value. Create, there's only 1 million of them. That's less than Bitcoin. And with the value that we're going to breed into the project, I think that it can become a real store of value for the community and people in a wider circle as well.
Okay, that's good enough for me. Like I said, guys, just take a chill pill, enjoy the ride. These guys got your backs, okay? I love all of you. God bless. And everybody get good rest tonight, especially Jordan, Luke, and Eric. Get good rest because you're changing a lot of lives.
God bless you, brother. Thank you, man.
Much love, King. Thank you. I've sent you a phone request, man, so we can keep the conversation going. Man, this gets emotional towards the end. I can't do it when we bring people up.
Do you know what? It's nice, man. Like
Don't get me wrong.
we've taken some real batterings in here sometimes, man. Some people have come in and got some proper heavy hitting questions, and it's nice to have the other side as well. So thank you, Cheto. We meet.
Yeah.
I love this comment about crypto amnesia. And we joke about that internally too. It's like, we'll give you guys a lot of announcements and sort of a good roadmap, and then 4 hours later, everyone's got amnesia, and it's like, well, what have you done lately? And it's amazing to see it in action.
Yes.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
We can, Red
Yep.
Danny. You are now live rocking with us. What's your one question, sir? How can we help?
Okay, so just a quick statement. I'll make it a lot quicker if I can. I just want to say, when I first came into this project, January 17th, I bought my first nest. Jordan, the last straw for me was you saying, there's always risk in a project like this, but going in as early as you can, get your first protection. I'm so very, very glad that I took the risk and went for it, because what a project was turning out to be. You guys are showing extraordinary character. I mean, I've literally seen no one in this whole space, forget DeFi, crypto as well, not just doing what you're doing with the project, but the integrity that you're showing. So I really, really, really want to extend that appreciation. I can make it very quick. 2 questions kind of linked together. If you could just go a little bit more into detail about that V3 thing and making it a store of value. I didn't quite get how that works. And secondly, I initially, right at the beginning in January, asked questions about the reward rate and sustainability, and you said, the numbers of nests that it would take before that reward rate would break. Obviously, with this being capped at 100,000 now, which is a much smaller number, do you see that reward rate changing at all, or will it stay the same in your minds kind of forever? And that's it for me, question wise. Thank you very much, and keep up the great work.
It's a great question, Red Danny, and thank you so much, man. And do you know what? 17th of January, you're an OG, man. Thank you so much. So when we're looking into this, right? It's going to be based on rewards and return on investment. So it's going to be we feel it's going to be a fluctuating fluctuating thing. So, you know, 1 month we have a bumper month, rewards go up. 1 month, you know, maybe a little bit lower, rewards go down. We want to make sure that it fluctuates to reward, but also to sustain health. Now, if we have a few bumper months in a row, that will be able to give us the ability to set a floor price, but we're not going to come out with a floor price immediately. We're not sure. We want to make sure that the project works properly. We're toying with the idea of a stable coin or something like that for the rewards. We're not sure. It's just V3 is still in development. So yeah, we're still kind of hashing out what it looks like. But there's a few tips.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's it then. Thank you very much, and I'll let the next guy get up.
Appreciate you, Danny, and also the vote of trust, man. As my DM's always open. That's one thing I always say. So any questions and you can't get hold of me through Discord, come straight to me via DMs, and I'll answer it as soon as I can. So bringing up next, XR people. How you feeling, sir?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Brilliant.
We sure can.
Again, thanks again for the AMAs. I think they definitely help the community, especially with trust nowadays with all the node projects and well, it's being a mess, but very similar to, or people deem this to be very similar. Anyway, you early on the I don't know where the number came from, but there was a number going around of 3.3 million being the initial sustainability rate for, or like the max sustainability rate. How come the nest cap is so much lower at only 100,000?
Well, I can take that one.
Okay.
Yeah, so the 3.3 million was the mathematical upper limit to what the token quantity, 1 million tokens, could support. And that's basically all the tokens in circulation got paid out as rewards. So that number was never meant to be reached. It was a mathematical upper limit in which the system broke. It was never meant to get that high. The second thing is the reason why we put the limit so low is because the more nests you introduce, the more it dilutes each nest's value based on the return on investment from the stuff that we're doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, can I just interject with like a rebuttal?
Sure, this is Discord. We can have a Discord.
So does that mean then, I don't know if you can talk about it, but then the reward rate would be based on a percentage rather than an actual figure of investment?
So it's the same amount of money either way.
Okay.
Right. We only have so much money to give out in rewards. So if you did a percentage versus a reward rate, if you did the reward rate, then the price would just go down to match what the percentage would be if you did it as a percentage. And it shouldn't, I shouldn't say down necessarily. Let's just say it would, the target would be the same either way mathematically.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Paul. Just to follow up, right? And I need to just clarify this so it's set in stone. Eric and I intended to put a cap at 100,000 nests from the start. Now, the reason we didn't announce it was just in case we didn't. But we came out with the intention to do so. Now, we saw Strong, at that time, Strong had grown to a really large number. I think it was around about 150, 180,000 nodes at the time. And we were seeing their emissions rate growing hugely. And then we watched those who shall not be named, but they have got over nearly 300,000 nodes now. And their emissions rates are totally unsustainable, that they're hitting all-time lows and they're having to play around with the rewards. Now, we're the only guys in the industry who have not changed our tokenomic structure since launch. We've not changed it. We've not changed our rewards rate or anything. Now, if you just look at that for what that is nothing short of a miracle that we have sustained for this long without changing anything. And that's down to the management that we put in. Now, we run the numbers up to 3.5 million to see what would be feasible. And we looked at 100,000 and we went, you know what, at 100,000, number one, we can raise enough equity to do our plans. Number two, we will have enough return on investment to sustain our investors. And number three, everyone will get a reasonable slice of the pie. Now, if we run this up to 500,000 nests, all of a sudden, you know, those emission rates are 5 times the size. That means everyone's getting 5 times less. And we didn't want to do that. So projects are a lot shorter than others in the industry. But that's because, do you know what? This could work. This will work. Because no one's quite seen how these operate. And then if you get a powerful investment vehicle behind it, this can sustain well. So we're aware there was kind of a big drop on you guys, to let you know, but we wanted to phase it out, and we wanted to make sure that you guys were vibing with the idea before we did it. If you lot came out and said that's a load of shit, we wouldn't have done it, even though we think it's the right thing. We know it's the right thing, and the community feels so as well.
Yeah, we probably still would have done it because it's the right thing, even if people didn't like it.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do. So
Yeah. Also, keep in mind, I said this early on, I haven't repeated it a lot the last couple of months, but I did in the first month. This is passive income. This is not meant to be a millionaire maker. That's not the goal Luke and I had in mind with this. It was meant to be passive income, not get rich quick is what I used to say. It's not get rich quick, it's passive income, and it works over time.
Certainly does. And one thing that I've been repeating constantly was we want to ensure that everyone in our community has the opportunity to retire, right? That you have the opportunity to do what you want with your time because you're no longer bound to, as Luke, you say it best all the time, to break the shackles of, I'm going to pass it over to you.
slavery, to break those shackles of wage slavery, right? We want to be able for you to go, do you know what? This job is killing me. Now I have the time to go and work out what I want to do and what I love. You know, go and follow your dreams, guys. Go and do what you want to do. You know, if you've got that support buffer behind you, if you're able to put a few grand behind you to go and do what you love, go and do it. I managed to get a few grand behind me tail end of last year, right? And then what I did is I came together with Eric. He had a few grand, and we put it together and we created something that we love and we want to do. I've created my dream role, and so has Eric. We've created our dream company with our dream team around us. You know, go and create your dreams, guys. Yeah. If you I was working 80 hours a week. I had another job and I was volunteering. I was director of a children's charity. I was charity governors at three schools. I was doing over 110 hours a week, and I worked myself into hospital. I ended up in hospital last May. I was on death's door from exhaustion. I mean, do you know what? Sod this, man. Sod this, because if I'm doing it, then other people are doing it. So this is my vehicle to this. You know, I want to help you guys not work yourselves into exhaustion and an early grave, man. Like, enjoy your lives. Like, if this can give you the freedom to go and enjoy your lives and spend time with your family, do the things that really matter in life, and bugger me, man. I'm still doing 110 hours a week, but it ain't for me now. It ain't for, I'm not doing it for the CEO who works 8 levels above me. I'm doing it for my community now so that we can change your lives. So yeah, man, I hope it's working.
Thank you for being vulnerable with everyone, Luke. I've heard that story, of course. I don't think everyone else has. And it's definitely a reminder for we are all got our own battles that we're facing, and we're trying to make that a little bit easier for you all. So yeah, we'll do the heavy lifting. We'll do the hard work. Next up, I know we've hit up time. Luke, Eric, are you happy to take a few more?
I'm on holiday. I'm in Greece. I'm in a cave. I'm overlooking a bay with islands. I'll be here all day long.
Beautiful. And Eric, how about you, sir? I'll take that as a yes. So thank you, Eric.
Said
Silence is
yes.
golden.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. 10 out of 10. High five.
Brilliant. Next up, I'm bringing up a good friend of mine, Deeks. He runs Crypto Underground every Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern on Twitter. Deeks, the floor is yours, sir.
Hey guys, how's it going? You know,
Hey, Deeks, good to see you, man.
hey Luke. I don't have any questions. The reason I don't have any questions is because there's a lot of things you guys are working on. I don't want to go pulling teeth. I know a lot of people want the answers. My whole point of coming up here is just to say that I always told people if I were to run a company, just because of my mentality and the person I am, and a lot of people I surround myself with, I would be the worst company owner, runner, CEO ever because I'd be all about the people working for me. And I just want to say hats off to you guys because it's showing that you guys are those same kind of people. That's what's drawn me to Fire, 100%. And Luke, hearing that you were doing humanitarian working, charity organizing and whatnot. Jordan, we can tell the same just by the way you are. You guys are all sort of the same suit. I just want to give you guys your kudos for all that. That's when you guys came out, there was many projects where people had what they call the quote unquote ring sting, right? Everybody got burned by a bunch of projects, and people were kind of left holding their bags and then had no bags after. There was a lot of doubt in the market, and just to see you guys coming and delivering, even today when you airdrop the nest before when you guys were going to say that you were going to give the date and the time, and there they were, the nests were in everybody's wallets, and everybody was all happy and created a big buzz on Twitter. You guys just deliver. It's very important to people. It's very important to be selfless. Very, very important. Even coming on onto Crypto Underground, like Jordan mentioned, you guys came on there, no problem, no sweat. We had the chat, unscripted, was just totally cool, collective. You guys just seem very real and down to earth. And if I did have a question, I mean, Luke, you basically answered it, but for Eric and Jordan, I mean, my one question would be, what are your favorite things, or what is one favorite thing that you've done in your life that helped other people? Because a lot of the people in Crypto Underground will give the shirt off our back to other people, and I think it's really important. We help people all the time whenever we can, but what are at least one, or what is one thing that you guys have done that you're really happy about, that you were able to help somebody with?
Eric, I'll come to you first. That's if he can talk. If not,
I think he's got tech issues right now. Bless him.
oh bless him. Yeah.
What about you, Jordan?
I just ask because I just think it's really, really important that people are like that these days. There's so much crap going on in the world, and when you can help people, I just think it's so much more important than being so greedy in a place where there's so much money flying around. I mean,
It's such a
You
good
guys-
point, Dee. Yeah, we can, man.
Okay, good. Let me speak real quick before I lose it again, because I have to keep dropping and re-adding. I'm on mobile phone, so I think there's a Discord bug. The thing with me, so Phoenix Fire, so Phoenix Community Capital would be my first favorite. If you go read the success stories with Fire, there's a Discord channel dedicated to that. I love reading those stories. That's amazing. But direct, I was part of a charitable organization about 10 years ago, and we raised money for new shoes. And these are brand name new shoes. And we brought kids in that were, a little bit underprivileged financially. And we brought kids in and we fitted them with brand new shoes. And the smile on their faces and the parents' faces were worth the price of admission.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Love hearing that.
It's following up on what Eric said and what you said as well, Deeks. I think it's really important. We keep hearing that the world is changing, okay, and we are currently in a financial revolution, which we are. Crypto is the new financial revolution. Now, you'll keep hearing me say that we are the pioneers and we get to choose the role that we play in this. And what do you want to do? Yeah. So for Deeks, Jordan, Eric, we're all cut from the same cloth. We're all here for other people. We're all here for mutual development. And it's, if I can bring people with me on my journey, then that's brilliant. We don't like greed. We don't like selfishness. These are gross misconduct in PCC because, if you put yourself over others, then that doesn't work because you're taking from other people. And that's where the previous establishment and the previous financial system is messed up because I went to a VC meeting with Joe, my chief operating officer, the other day. We walked in. Now that we were hyped that this was a really big room, really big people in. We walked in, we walked out within 5 minutes. The reason we walked out within 5 minutes was there were only sharks in there out for themselves and there was no love in the room. Every single person in there was selfish and greedy. And they weren't out there for mutual development. They were out there for I. Now, there's no I in team, okay? But what there is in team is a community of people that want to work together. Web3 is our opportunity to do this. And as we work and move into a global monetary system, we have the opportunity to do that as a unit, as a collaborative people together. We have the opportunity to change the world, make it a more loving place, and also really get rich doing it. And I think that that is the perfect combination.
I fully agree with that too. Absolutely.
Love it, man. Thanks for coming up, Deeks. You're a star, man.
Yeah,
And we'll be
no
on.
problem.
We'll come back on in Crypto Underground soon. We really enjoyed that chat. It was nice. It was impromptu. It was different to the ones we had. You put us out. Sounds it was nice, man. Some really good questions in there.
Yep. Yeah, no, I won't hold you guys up any longer. Just thanks for the time, and you guys are always welcome. And just like I extended the other day to you, so yeah, I hope to see you guys on soon, and we could just have one of those unscripted chats and kind of hang out, man. You guys have a good night, and thanks for everything you guys have done. Honestly, you made a big difference with at least even today, airdropping all those nests. Just made a real big difference for everybody. So thanks.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Cheers.
Ciao for now, Deeks. Ciao for now. We happy, gents, to take one or two more? I'll take that as another yes. Silence is really golden tonight. So we're going to bring up two more people. It looks like
Sorry, Jordan. I was muted then. I said, let's get to David. Let's cut off with Dave. I've got
bless
6
you.
more in me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
6
man.
more
Let's
people.
do
I
it.
want to make sure everyone in the
Oh,
and
5 more. 5 more. Whoever dropped out, thank you so much. 5 more.
Meatball,
Yep.
you're coming on up. What an awesome name you got there, Meatball. Sadly, if you don't accept it, then 5, 4, 3.
There.
I really want to cancel it.
Oh man, just a star under pressure right there.
Yeah. I'm Italian, that's why the name Meatball, but living the dream. Hey guy, I'm really excited about this too. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. A buddy of mine, a neighbor down the street, told me about it just like a month ago, and so got in. I'm up to number 4. Really was hoping to get to number 10. Now I'm, there's definitely some fear. Not sure if you can even give us hinting, but with the 100 that you said, that does include the Griffin, the Firebird set aside, correct?
Now, what we will do is we'll get up to a point, we'll close it, and then we will keep those open for Griffin and Firebird.
So my concern is that are we looking at 75,000 then for that, and 25 for the Griffin Fire?
No, it won't be that much.
Okay.
It'll be less than that by quite a fair way.
Yeah, we
it'll
haven't
be-
landed on a number yet, but the intention's not to give away 1/4 of it to Firebirds and Griffin Kingdom.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. All right. Well, hey guys, nice talking to you. God bless you.
You too, Meatball, man. God bless, and thanks for coming up. Great name.
Excellent. Next we have Dream State. That was fast, Dream State. What would you like
Oh,
to
she knows
ask
what she's
Luke?
doing. She's still muted though.
Oh, yes, here we go. Yeah, I'm on it, man. Because, I have a plan because I'm a project manager and I don't know what the hell's going on. So help me understand so I can understand my plan again. What you mentioned rules. What does this mean? So, in my head, I was like, yeah, I'll go on my app, 0.225 per nest for whatever long, and then I can decide when I need to sell. So, what does this mean afterwards when you've cut the nests? Are you just gonna and what are you paying us in? Because you talk about fire being separate. So there's a couple of questions, but it all relates to what on earth happens. I thought I'd just collect my rewards every day and then I'll just sell them when I wanted to. But now that doesn't feel like that's the plan anymore. I'm confused.
Basically, what happens is when we go into V3, we actually turn into a passive income generator. Because right now we're just Nest's service. That's all we are, right? And we're building our treasury. and it's using the tokenomic. When we move into V3, what we do is we switch to passive income generation. So we don't rely on anyone else coming in the door or anything like that. It comes solely from the return on investment. Now, someone worked out the numbers that we've done. I said, get out of my head. They've nailed the figure that we're trying to work towards. It's a large figure. It's a large figure. But we reckon we can do it. We really, really reckon we can do it. If we can, a couple of weeks ago, someone came on and said, we're on track to become the most successful capitalist company of all time. If we do this, which I think we can, I think that title's ours.
Okay, so then we're
Conservatively
not being paid
speaking,
so we're not being paid we won't be collecting fire and selling off fire as our rewards. You'll be essentially
No.
paying us back from the money from the projects.
Yeah. So nobody knows what it will look like at this point, apart from Eric and
Oh,
I.
okay.
And we're just kind of like giving you a kind of top-down view of what we're looking at. We're keen to get ideas from the community. Obviously, if they think things will work, we have some great minds out there. So yeah, we're toying with separating fire out, keeping fire in so, and then doing the return on investment via the smart contract in a similar way to fire, but we just don't know what that token will look like at the moment. That's what we're trying to know.
Oh, so you don't know if that return on investment will be paid in fire, AVAX, or I don't know.
Fire, AVAX, stable, we're not sure what it
Right.
looks like,
Oh,
but
okay.
we're toying with a few things. But we're 3 weeks away from it, so we'll let you know in good time.
I think
Okay.
the word it's when we say we're toying with it, it sounds kind of playful, like a game. It's not a game, but we are experimenting with some models internally on how to pay out rewards.
All right.
It's
And
an English term.
It's okay.
so
Yeah, I just want to clarify.
are you toying with the idea that the rewards won't come daily to us, or it would be like just a one-off hit because it depends on when you get your money, your ROI back?
I do not know, but I don't see it changing significantly.
Okay. I need to go mull this over a bit, but thanks for answering my questions.
Think of it like a dividend. In traditional finance stocks, you have dividends, and
Yeah.
those can be paid out quarterly, annually, semi-annually, or monthly, or there's a whole different schedule range which you could do it. So
Okay.
I don't
That will
think
have
we're going to look at
implications.
yeah, we're not going to look at anything that's too far out. I don't personally plan on planning 3 months at a time. So I don't think quarterly is going to be the answer. Might be monthly, might be weekly, might be daily. We just haven't really nailed it down yet.
All right, because that would change the way that we essentially do our taxes on crypto as well.
Correct.
Okay, thanks. That's it. That's it for me.
Thank you, Moo.
And next up, MLaw703.
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So just a quick recap of what Dream State just said. So, and following up with what Eric provided as an example for dividends, kind of segue nicely into my question. And I'm gonna ask too, if you kick me off, I totally understand. I'm a little ADHD if you've gathered that in the chat. So, with it being like dividend allocation, would it make sense to convert the nests to NFTs that are exclusively sold on Spectrum so that we can have the same allocation of tax benefits as people that get dividends from their stock portfolios? Question one. And then question two, are you guys fearful that the FOMO that will create the exponential creation of these 100,000 nests will outperform and will hit the cap before incubations can go live and we can start collecting profit from from the VCC side of or the VCF side of this project? So 2 questions, similar line
Good
of thought.
questions. Good questions. And do you know what? I'm kind of regretting telling everyone now because we're giving away far too much information at this stage. What I can tell you is that I'd like to pick up with you personally and have a chat. I'm not willing to release any further information around that point at this stage. But thank you. No, really good question.
Law, I know that wasn't really answered your question, but hopefully
Yeah, I'm sorry.
you'll take Luke as a man of his word, and he will.
It's totally fine.
Yeah.
I greatly appreciate, like, you know, like even that candor and being like, you'll speak to me directly. I'm looking forward to that conversation, Luke. So thanks so much for your time, guys.
Pleasure, man. Hit me up. I'll get Eric in the chat as well. I like the way you think.
Yeah. Awesome. Two more, fellas. Two more. And Eric, can you just sit still for a second, please?
I can, but okay. Can you hear me walking? Is that what it is?
No. It's because you keep leaving. You keep getting off stage, getting back up on stage.
Oh no, I'm trying to find a good spot to stand because the amenities here at the hotel were just in kind of a dead spot. It sucks.
It's fine. I'm pulling your leg. We've all been there. We've all been there.
I was going to say, also, some of the stuff that the last person was asking, Imlaw was asking, we've had similar conversations internally, but as Luke alluded to, we're not ready to talk about all those details yet.
Just so everyone knows, like I say, we have played out these different scenarios and we're well aware, but also at the same time, please let us know because there may be an oversight. And that's the beauty of our community. And last and definitely not least, David, come up on stage, sir. How you feeling?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, David, man. Nice.
Ah, sweet. I'm good. I'm actually in the middle of I'm trying to buy another nest. You caught me. So yeah, I just wanted to say, hey, actually the last two people basically said what I wanted to say, and so you answered what I was kind of looking to get answered. So I appreciate that. Yeah, otherwise I was just the only thing I've got really left to say is thank you. And Jordan, like shout out to you. You know, we've known each other for a while. Loosely. I mean, we haven't really ever met each other that much, but yeah. And you got me involved, so that's pretty great. And Luke and Eric, like, yeah, just thank you for being so humble. Thank you for being so generous. And thank you for looking out for us and yourselves, which is pretty smart move. Yeah, and
Thanks,
I was
man.
a bit, oh yeah, I was a bit sort of a bit like, oh, what's the deal with the cap? But it's, you know, knowing that it was part of your plan, and you've really kind of communicated it well. So, you know, I feel relaxed a little bit now. um, still interested to see how it goes, but yeah, thank you. And yeah, thank you for sharing my success story the other day. That was mine, and I appreciate it.
Oh man, I didn't know that was yours.
That was mine, Jordan. Yeah.
Man, that made my day.
David, man, bro, that's beautiful. Well done.
No, but
Yeah.
thank you.
No, it's our pleasure, man. It's our pleasure. Do you know what, right? It's when we hear nice stories, right? Because when you're sitting this side of the screen, it does get a bit horrible at times. Right? You come under attack, and you know, like Eric and I come under some pretty savage personal attacks. Some people go, excuse my French, people are fucking horrible, man. Right? There's
Yeah.
some really bad people out there, and they come for you, right? And they play, they try. But it's the community that keeps us going, and it allows us to switch off and come in and just, you know, it's for you guys that we're doing it. And you know, to
Yeah.
hear that life's being changed through this work is what makes it all worthwhile, David. So thank you, man. I'm really grateful to have you here, bro.
Well, thank you. Sorry, I don't have a question to make you work harder this evening or this day for you, Eric. But yeah, thank you.
I've got a day ahead of me. I'm actually meeting with some people here in San Diego. That's the reason I'm here. So it's all Phoenix related.
Great. Well,
I was Mr. Busy last week.
yeah,
This
yeah.
week is Eric's week. Poor Eric.
Oh, don't shed a tear for me. I'm living in the lap of luxury this week while I'm enjoying the company with these really nice international finance types.
Amazing. Amazing. And I have actually tried to reach out to you guys a few times. Mainly you, Jordan, but you haven't friended me yet on here, mate. I thought we were friends.
Well, we have each other on Instagram. Why you need to talk to me on Discord?
Oh, it's because on Instagram you're so slow.
I've actually hired an assistant now to bring up important people like you to my attention, man. So it won't happen
Yeah,
no more, David.
that's a good point to bring up, actually, and I wanted to address this. Probably the best way to do it's here. Luke and I, at least myself, I don't sit over Luke's shoulder and see his Discord messages, but I get a bunch of DMs every single day. So if I don't get back to you, it's because the inbox is completely overwhelming and it's not personal.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I figured that, and I'm sure other people get that too.
Well, it's worth saying out loud because some people don't think
Yeah.
about it. You know, they send a message and say, well, he hasn't responded to me. And it's because you're probably number 250 in the list in the last hour that's messaged me. So
I do try and read all of them. I did read
I
yours,
do as
David,
well.
actually. And what I do is I go, oh, okay, cool. I'll get back to him shortly, but I just need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And then like, then it's just like, oh, who did I need to message? So guys, we do read them. If we don't get back to you, we're really sorry, but I read every single inbox I get, every single telegram, every single email. I read it, don't get back to you. It's nothing personal. That's just me failing. So I'm sorry about that, guys.
You have an assistant now, Luke, right?
I do. I have a PA. She started today.
Oh,
I haven't met her yet because I'm in Greece, so she's going to be getting onboarded this week. But well, actually, I have met her. I interviewed her actually, so she's brilliant. Actually, she's really. I think she's going to be a great fit for the team. A super support for me. She's really, really intelligent and vibrant woman, and I think we said we surrounded ourselves with the best minds. Got a really good one now.
That's good. That's good. Building the team. I like it.
Yeah, if I had to pick a talent that I would just love to showcase and brag about, it's hiring the right people.
Man, do you know what though? I feel that as an outsider, I mean, I know Jordan, and that's kind of what that did actually build a bit of trust in this initially, because I'm totally new to this, like especially crypto. Like I was very fresh to it, and having that trust of Jordan. But to be honest, even without Jordan, the community and then also all the mods and everyone was just like, man, I like, even if I don't know, I can ask and I'll learn. And that's pretty cool. Like the team is amazing. That's what keeps me excited. Like I hate social media, but I'm checking my Discord daily. Like on here. It's literally like catching up with friends. You know what I mean? It's mad.
David, you've not even seen who we've got behind closed doors, man. Like the team we have is absolutely. I tell you, we have world-leading minds in our team, and I can't wait to introduce you to them as we grow and develop over time. So yeah,
Nice.
it's the team here is Eric has been phenomenal, attracting some amazing people. Um, I brought some amazing people to the table. Jordan did. Everyone who got in, we feel, and we built this family, man. And I hate to use the word family in business because it's not our family. We're a fucking business at the end of the day, and we run really well. And behind the scenes, PCC, we are a hard-working, hitting business. We liaise with the community really well, but we're driving hard, and our team are thriving, and they're enjoying every single day. And I think that's the difference between doing well and doing really well is the enjoyment that you have and the love for the job.
Well, the old saying is if you do what you love, you don't work a day in your life. And I think we have people that really enjoy what they do. And no one feels like their job is they have to have it just to make ends meet. Because we declared early on our enemy is wage slavery. The job you have to work because you have to pay the bills and you hate your job. So it makes sense internally that we've squashed that.
Totally. I mean, I feel like that's what I'm up to right now because of you guys. So thank you. And I won't take up any more time, but when hopefully you get round to my messages, it's a few business ideas, there's a few ideas that I'm developing, and hopefully you'd be interested. So hopefully we
But the
can
one
work.
you sent me, I'm interested in. Feel free to follow up. I'll send you my Telegram account. Chat on there.
All right, cool, nice.
Nice one.
Cool,
Yeah.
thanks, guys. I
Good
don't
to
know how
meet
to
you.
get out. Jordan, kick me out because I don't know how to
Oh,
leave.
with absolute pleasure. I sent you a rather polite message as well.
I saw your DM. Yeah, thanks, man.
I'm kicking him off before he tells everyone what I sent to him. We did it again, guys.
No,
Yep.
we nailed it, didn't we? Good
Every
work.
time.
Well done, Jordan. Well done. Jordan,
I'm-
you do such a good job leading them. Sorry, Eric.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say I'm going to sign off with my favorite quote from Bill and Ted, and that's be excellent to each other and party on.
Yeah. Historically, we've gone out on we've gone, hey, here's the AMA, and it's been a lovely, lovely finish, and we've dropped a big bombshell. We're not going to do that tonight, guys. We did that at the start. We're going to let you rest. I'm going to let you rest and go and spend time with your loved ones. Go and enjoy the moments in life that are special. All right. We love you loads. Have a good one.